All right, there you go, Louise. If you could start over again.
All right, this is the Bivens Declaration. This meeting is private. Bearing false witness, misrepresentation, and posting inflammatory rhetoric in public forums is forbidden and shall be addressed in an appropriate manner. Anyone who is here under false pretenses, anyone who is working for any foreign government, including the territorial United States or municipal United States, anyone who is being paid or coerced to be here must fully disclose their presence and purpose now or leave the premises. If they subsequently show up as federal witnesses, they are discredited for failure to disclose. To eliminate all conflict and false allegations, is there anyone in attendance in today's meeting that is a member or agent of any law enforcement agency or public agency or the federal, state, city, county, or township agencies present? Is there any response to the Bivens decision? Is there any response to the Bivens decision for the second time? Is there any response to the Bivens decision for the third time?
All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, so thank you all for being here. It's so good to see everybody's beautiful faces. And you know, I wanted to say that I wanted to start these meetings so that we could help each other with outreach. It's more like a brainstorming session, sharing ideas, and if somebody has any slideshows that they think would benefit and they'd be open to sharing. I know we're going to hear from Louise tonight. She's going to give us more details on the postcard campaign. But if anybody has anything specific that they found on their state that's working for them as far as getting to the people, what if there's a slogan, if there's a message, if there's a process that you've been using that you think is successful and it's bringing people to your events and it's also bringing them back home to the land and soil, you know, that's what we want to hear. And I know that we have so many talented people across, you know, internationally, all across our states that, and I know for us on New Jersey, we have a small assembly, so it's great to be able to collaborate and, you know, just hear from all of you. I know when I interviewed, you know, most of you, that was kind of the main thing that everybody kept, we kept hearing from, you know, all across the states is that they wanted to. Oh, I think Claudia, I gotta mute you. Everybody was asking, you know, to collaborate with other people to help one another out. And I know, Vicki, you were so generous with sharing that video that you and Ted put together. And then your newsletter was just out of this world. And there was other people all across the state that were, you know, their assemblies were small and they were needing some help. So this is really the main reason why we wanted to start this. And so anyway, that's the gist of it. And it's just a brainstorming session, sharing ideas, sharing, you know, your material, and anything that you want. So, that's it. And old business, you know, hopefully you guys got that Telegram link, and you joined the Telegram page. We want to keep that page really specifically just for sharing outreach ideas, outreach, you know, events. You know, if somebody has an event that they're doing and they're sharing that on there, I think that's great. We don't want to bombard it with our regular information because I know that there's other Telegram pages for that. We just want to specifically keep it just for outreach purposes. So, you know, if you put something up there that's not considered outreach material, we're just going to delete it because we want to make sure that we're keeping the Telegram page just for that. We don't want to bog it down with other stuff. We are trying to iron out the ICE drive. Vicky, Bart, and myself, we all have Ice Drive accounts now. I'm still trying to train myself appropriately on how to use it. It seems pretty easy. I just been so busy. This is a really busy month for me, but we're trying to iron that out. But once we have it, the idea is if, like, I had a PowerPoint presentation that I was, willing to share. So I added that to my Ice Drive, and then it's easy for us to upload it to the TASA Think Tank Ice Drive account for everybody to see. I think we're going to organize it in folders. And I think the way that we're going, and again, this is up for input if you guys want to help us out here, but I think we're going to break it down into maybe states. Like if Ohio shares this postcard campaign, they have their folder and all of their stuff can go into the Ohio Assembly folder. Or we could do it with topics. We could do it PowerPoint presentations. I know notice campaigns, postcard campaign. We could do it that way. I mean, what do you guys think? Any thoughts on that? No, nobody cares.
Yeah, Karen
Oh,
Sandler.
go ahead. I think Roger on Wyoming.
Hello.
Hi.
I was actually invited to participate by our state coordinator. Do I remember her name? But one thing that she and I are going to be working on is a brochure, at least by the 4th of July, because her town and my town both have parades. And it'll be an excellent opportunity just to hand out a brochure. And the challenge, there's so many challenges in communicating. Potentially, when you're confronting somebody with a completely different paradigm that disrupts their sense of safety, you get cognitive dissonance, and when there's cognitive dissonance, it can escalate into violence, me versus you, or my ideas versus you. So what I've been doing, trying to be quick, is go back to when I repatriated to land and soil and what my motivations were. And mostly, I just wanted to distance myself from the federal government using my income taxes to fund countless immoral activities, and try to keep the message using language that I would have understood at that time. And try to stay away from the kind of syntax that we have to learn as state nationals. I've been writing down so many different ideas of just like try to keep it to 3 points to put on a brochure, and at the end, make it "you can too." Go to the website.
You muted, Tammy.
How did you mute yourself?
There we go. My button wasn't working. What I was going to say, Roger, it sounds like you've got some great ideas for a brochure. Maybe when you get something together, you would want to present that at, maybe one of our next meetings that we have next month, or whenever,
Yeah. No, whenever you have something good, do not keep it to yourself. Absolutely. If do you want to hear just a few things? If
well,
I'm
I'm
not,
gonna. I think
time?
I'm sorry. I think for the sake of time, because we do have Louise presenting the postcard campaign. If we do have time afterwards, absolutely. Okay. Okay, and we have Kimberly. Let me unmute you. My button here. Let me get my mouse. Give me a second here. Sorry. Oh, you're good. Go ahead, Kimberly.
Good evening. Thank you for having me. My state coordinator, Amy Hunt on Michigan, asked if I would come this evening. So thank you. Hi, Miss Cynthia. I see you waving over there. Big kiss. And I just wanted to answer your question and what you had posed to us with regard to the filing. For me personally, I would love to see it looking more like a reference library that you could go by topic rather than trying to figure out what state may have actually done something. So it would be easier for my type of brain to find it by topic rather than by what other state may have done it, not necessarily knowing what everyone's doing that way. So that would be easier for me just in answering your question. And then I just wanted to offer, Michigan's gone through some changes here recently, and so we're going to be getting our legs underneath us and get running here. We've got a lot of good work we've already done in the couple weeks that we've come back up. I would just offer that in the previous assembly back earlier in the year, I was asked to be the outreach chair for Michigan at that time, and then controversies came up and I stepped down. We are in the process of reforming, and I do believe I will be working in some capacity with outreach, but prior to, we had really quite a bit of a plan and several ideas for marketing, including various postcards and just different campaigns as far as free gifts and so forth. So I was not prepared for, I didn't know what I was coming into tonight. So I'm certainly happy to share anything as we kind of get rolling, but I'm going to need just a little time to kind of get that together. But I do have some ideas that I can't wait to share. And if anybody can answer tonight, it would help me to put this together. I'm looking to find out who actually creates the thumb drives that Anna produces if you want to go onto her site and buy her all of her articles. And so I know that you can buy the thumb drive with whatever is, I believe, up to current at a time, but I don't know who I would contact on something like that. I am looking to try and find out price points and what it would take to order a lot of those. And so I'm trying to figure out who the contact might be for that. So with that, I thank you. I wish you all a nice evening, and I'll look forward to hearing what we're talking about. Thank you. I yield.
Kimberly, that was awesome. And so glad to have Michigan back represented. Love Amy Hunt. She's such a sweetheart, and you've got a really great, morally upstanding woman representing Michigan. So anyway, glad to have you. And you just let me know, Kimberly, when you would want to present, because I could add you to the meeting agenda for next month. I already put, you know, Roger, if you're still good, I'll add you as well. All right, so thank you for your suggestion too. Grouping it into categories, that's probably a really better way to do it. And let's see, did you all get the updated notices from Cheryl Perko on Virginia? I posted it in the Telegram page. And I think I forwarded it also in an email. If there's anybody on here tonight that is not added to the email list, please also let me know, because I'm sending out the invites for these meetings through email and also on Telegram. Okay,
How could I get you my email? Just
I'll put it in the chat. You could just put it right in the chat.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. I yield.
Yep.
This is Vicky, may I?
Yeah, go ahead, Vicky.
Yes, so back to the folders for ice drive. Since a lot of topics are going to overlap, you could also do it by the type of outreach it is. So if you had links to videos, they could be in one folder, trifold, brochures in one, postcards in one, you know, kind of divided up that way. Because topics are just going to overlap everywhere, and we'd be putting them in several folders. So that's a thought also.
Does that sound like something, Vicky, you'd want to do? Would you like to organize that for us?
Oh, I don't mind organizing, as long as, you know, we all agree on how we want it organized. You're sure.
Yeah, I like that idea, because you're right. The topics will overlap. And
Hey, dog's completely out of order.
And we can have subfolders in.
I've been doing it. They're looking for water.
I like that idea, Vicky.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's my vote.
Okay, and we can always start out that way, and if we find it's not working, it's not that hard to change things around, so. And we can do subfolders and folders if we want to divide it up even more as we get more.
yeah, I like that idea. I think it's great. And yeah, I mean, this is kind of like a temporary thing until we have the DMS up working. You know, I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know how long it'll take us to learn that system, but you know, just for the time being. Okay, all right. Anybody have any questions before we go ahead and let Louise continue to present her postcard campaign? All right, Louise, it looks like you got the floor, my lady.
All right. All right, you guys, I'm going to put into the chat first 2 PDFs. Okay, hold on. The first one is going to be the step-by-step review of the postcard campaign of how it actually works. Let me see if I can send it. I think I got that sent. And then the second one is going to be the new idea that I'm going to be presenting today as a follow-up to the postcard campaign. Okay.
Awesome. Thank
I
you.
got that sent. So can I share my screen now? Let's see.
Go for it.
I remember how I did this. Shares this one. Y'all see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let me see where I'm going here. Okay, postcard campaign. So this document here, I just put in the chat. I'm gonna start with this one here first. This is just a review of the postcard campaign. I have it all outlined here of how I was envisioning that it would work. And the desired result is to get people's autographs, witness, record and publish their declarations and get their prosperity accounts opened at the county tour public meeting events. That's the end result that this postcard campaign is looking for to accomplish. And here are the steps. Start with the postcard campaign per zip code. I talked about deciding on a printer to print the campaigns, and one of the printers could come from the Every Door Direct mailing from the United States Post Office. They have a website you can go to, and it's all itemized down here step by step. The Every Door campaign and how to pick out a printer and how to give your printer the zip codes that you want to target. And then depending on your printer will determine which format of your campaign, because not all printers use the same format. I'm going to show you what I did here as far as formats go. This is the format you'll see on the site, but not all printers will use that format. So this is the back of the postcard, and that's the other one was the front where you put your addresses and stuff. But then I have this format. Some printers will use this type of format. I put the QR code on there. Tammy, you see that?
I like it.
That QR code goes to claimyourinheritance.info website. That's where that goes. Here's another format from another printer. They would use this type. Here's another format that another printer would use. So what I did was I just went through the different printers that the website showed me that do these postcard campaigns with using Every Door Direct. And I picked out all the different formats that I saw that different printers use, and I just created different formats for them. So that's all the different formats that should cover everybody. No, regardless who you pick, one of those formats will be one of those printers. Okay. All right. And then, you know, once you choose all that, you send out your campaigns. And then after you send out the campaigns, this is the second phase. of declaring our Independence 2.0 County Tours public meeting event. So the idea here, and it's on the website here, the idea here is to prepare to have and organize a public meeting where these people that you sent postcards out to can come and come to this meeting, meet their American States Assembly, meet the officers, the citizens that's serving the public. And this is a brochure that me and Craig is working on that we can hand out to the people that comes to the tours, along with all your other brochures that every assembly has. Why do you need to correct your political status, which is the question that we want all these people to entertain and decide on. So this, we're professionalizing this and making this look good so that you all can download it, print it, and hand it out at your county tour events. So this is basically the summary of how the postcard campaign county tour event fits together. Any questions on that part? Okay. So then I thought, once people get here and they land on our home screen, on the home screen, they will be looking at the video and getting that information. I did update the video, so you'll see that that's updated. Margaret is working on a voiceover for it. So we talked about that idea of having a voiceover. And then the music part, we talked about that. So we're still working on the video. But the video gives them information. Then at the end of the video, we have a call to action where they will look up the detailed research that's here on the page, and they'll also visit whatever state assembly that they need to visit. They can click down here. And let me mention down here, these particular links, I intended for them to go directly to your assembly website. Some assemblies, I don't have your direct website. So if you want to send that to me, you can go ahead and send that to me, and I'll link this directly to your contact page on your website. That's what these links down here are for. But this one up here at the contact your state assembly, this goes to the TASA website.
I know, he's outside with the dogs.
That's what that's for. So the call to action is to get in touch with your state assembly. So that's what these are for. So they'll get in touch with you one way or the other, here or up there.
May I, Louise?
Uh-huh.
So when they click on the state, should that take them to like how to get in touch with your coordinator, or should it take them to the homepage? Oh, I see. Contact us.
I took it to their contact us
Yeah.
page.
Okay. Thank you.
If the website had a contact us page, that's why I tried to find it on people's websites, at Assembly's websites. So that's what the intention is. Now, so while they're here at the, let me go back. While they're here at the site, they're either gonna contact the Assembly or look up the detailed research, which is this link here. At the end of at the end of the link, at the end of the video, it tells them to look at the information.
Love you too.
Now, so at this point, my thought is, while they're trying to figure out all this out and contacting the Assembly, trying to vet the Assembly, see if it's legitimate, because the postcard says claim your inheritance. People are gonna, their interest is gonna peak up just by that phrase, and that's why I picked it. But while they're here, I want them to be able to learn more and get introduced more to what we are doing by giving them information and education, meanwhile, while they're waiting to attend their county tour. And that's where this new idea come up. And that's the second document that I sent. Just like how Anna has, she has a home screen for TASA, which is the Federation website. Then she has click for continued education, which is the education website. That's what I call information and education. I think the union, and I'm calling us a union now, the union needs the same thing, where we can give them information.
Can you clean it up?
Looking at, oh, we got a hot mic. Okay, so this would be our information page, but then our education page, I thought would be this link here. the 1776 union.tv. It won't necessarily be right here, but it'd probably be a whole nother website, but I'm putting it here for explanation purposes. The idea behind this is that we as 50 assemblies put together a website where we broadcast our information, our news, we can download, if we follow this handout I just gave you. The idea is for this website to have news where your assembly, and of course not all assemblies will participate, but whoever wants to participate will have a slot here where you want to report your news of what's going on in your assembly. And you would be responsible for getting that to me. I will do all the publishing on the website. I just need your information. And so we'll have a schedule of who's going to post what live video, or however you want to do it. We'd have to get into those details later of what your state, your county events are, what news is happening in your state or your county. That type of thing would be for live news and scheduled events, so that people will know to come at a particular time to come hear about Oregon Assembly news or whoever Assembly news. So we'll have a schedule of events where you can report the news, and then the basic layout of the website would have different topics, the news from the Federation. And these are ideas that I just came up with. Of course, they're up for us to brainstorm on if we want to go with, if anybody want to jump on this idea with me. So the news would be for the Federation of State News, de jure news, which is our news as assemblies, de facto in the news, and I intentionally called it that way. We just want to talk about them. We don't want to report on them necessarily. Global news, galactic news. Now, if you don't know, the Space Force is up and going and doing stuff. We need to know what they're doing because they are up and doing stuff. So we got a whole section on news, and those are the different areas of news that I thought that we could broadcast on. And we would look at headlines in news and give our input on what we think how it's actually affecting us, the inside story that we have about what's actually going down, like with Ukraine or with the Gaza Strip, what's actually going on with the border, what's actually going on. That type of thing is what we want to report in our news. Then the next section I got is the union's restoration, and this is for reporting evidences that we see that the de facto is recognizing who we are. And that's what I have here. We have them and what we've done to get restored. See, I have the public laws we've passed, the enrollment of the union states, that type. These are different ideas, just to give you ideas of what I'm thinking about putting in this section. Lavelle, I really loved her testimony of what she said happened as an insider of them saying, don't touch American state nationals. And that's what they told her as a police officer. So things like that is evidence that we are being recognized for who we are. That's what that section is for. This section, American State Nationals University, I call ASNU, where we can put our education about our lawful processes that we use, like the declaring your political status, the whole process. We can put a video up about that, stopping all the tax withholdings and things off your check. These are different lawful processes is a section. And then another section is just classes. Why correct your political status class, using the administrative process class. Anybody on any assembly can provide a video or instruction or anything on any of these topics. This is for all 50 of us. The last section of ASNU is the courses that has, lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3, lesson 4. That's what for this section is for. And then on the front page of the website, we'd have a featured course section. And this is what I mean by courses. It would be laid out like that. So that's the ASNU portion. This next portion here is called the bridge. And we use that word a lot. And what it means, what I'm understanding it to mean is for us to bridge the communication with the de facto. And so this part right here I thought we would highlight some of the US citizens or groups who are complying with the Constitution and pointing it out, and who are not complying with the Constitution and pointing them out as well. Anna oftentimes comments on people, Trump, Austin Fitz, Catherine Austin Fitz, I know she, and other names that I'm not familiar with, but she does comment on. That's where this information can go. Then the peacekeeping officers, their job, part of their job is bridging to the de facto. So maybe they want to give us some information to put in that area there too. Then the last two sections that I thought would go in on here is a docu-series section and a documentary section. The docu-series would just be mini videos, 20 minutes long or something, but 1, 2, 3 type docu-series that anybody who wants to do the research on and create a docu-series on and submit it to be published. And same way with the documentaries. Now, as far as documentaries, one of the ones I'm really interested in on the documentaries is the W-band information I think that Cheryl had. That would make a great documentary. I would love for her to do one of those. But information like that is for these types. And then this last part is like shorts. I think shorts are really go viral. The little shorts that you see on Facebook or Telegram, we can do little shorts that go there and post them different places. And that can be just the main place, one place on the website. And then at the bottom is all our social network platforms can go there. This is just the layout of how to organize ASNU courses, just an idea of how we can organize it for people to come and pick up a topic or pick a lesson so they don't have to scroll through all the videos to find out what they want to learn about. That's just the idea of how we could lay it out. We can lay it out by beginner, intermediate, or advanced, or we can just lay it out by topic or categories, something like that. Any questions so far? Now, this part is the video instruction platform, but I would like to also have a printed platform as well, like a regular news blog. So anything that's written on here that's a news story will be written in print, because you usually have to write it in print first before you put it in video anyway. Okay. So it would go on the 1776union.com website. So it'd be the sister website to this one. One is for video, the other one is for print. So this next section here tells an idea of what this is going to take for us to launch such a thing if you're interested in it. It is a very intensive undertaking, but I'm willing to jump in and do it. I'm not quite willing to jump in and do it by myself. So one of the first things I just had on here is to ask Anna if there is like a trademark or something for the United States, because that's who we are. We are the United States. That's what the assemblies are. Well, not the assemblies, but the people on the county are really the United States. That's who the United States is. But if they had a trademark, maybe we need to find out what it was. And then just to break down what's needed as far as funding, I'm personally willing to do the domain name, purchase it like I did for claimyourinheritance.info, get the website put up, do whatever I need with the formatting and the web design and all that. I'm willing to do that. Now, the staff that's needed, I would need some help. These are the type of people that skills that would be needed to pull this off. So people who will help on the producing side. Producing means we decide what particular information would get published there, what particular topics we want to include there that we think the public need to know about. We need some producers. Of course, I'd be one of them, but I'd like at least 1 or 2 more to help me out. And then we need some web content editors who would like to do some edits in some articles, or some content creators that want to write up the articles. Some people may be reporters, some people may be people who just want to write the news and not report the news. We need both. You might be both, you might be one or the other, but somebody like that. We need people who want to create these courses, or people who want to create graphics that can go in the videos, graphics that can go in the news articles, those graphic creators, videographers who actually know how to put a video documentary together. We need journalists, people who want to write the news and go out there and find the information firsthand, who want to call up Oregon Assembly and say, I'm doing a story on Oregon today, and I want to know whatever, whoever the journalist is and what they want, what we think that we need to find out and tell the public about. We need, as far as TV anchors, that's for people who's going to be reporting news live. Remember that schedule I showed you at the top, the live TV schedule? Well, that's usually TV anchors who kind of report it like live at 8 o'clock whenever you said you was going to have your news report. So whatever assembly wants to do a live show, they'll pick somebody from their assembly to do that. Those are, and then we need some social media people who knows how to run TikTok or can learn how to run TikTok, do those shorts and things on Facebook, and then post them and get them posted here on our website as well, transferring from those websites where you easily can do shorts on, that type of thing. So we do need somebody to do social media in that sense. Other things I'm sure we need, but I couldn't think of any more. And then this last part, I wanted everybody to know, in full disclosure, I'm not creating this for me. This is not for me. This is for our 50 assemblies as a union. And so is claimyourinheritance.info. And I'm not planning, I'm already planning my exit strategy. So in business, an exit strategy is when you're going to hand the business over to somebody else. But I'm willing to get it started because I think we need it. We are up and going. We need to get our foot on the ground and get everybody standing. All 50 states need to be standing, and not to mention the counties. So we got a lot of work to do, and we know that information is important, and we need to make ourselves public, that we are real and we are here. And that's where these ideas have come from. Any questions?
May I, Louise?
Yes.
So I know that Summer, I think on Florida, she does TikTok videos. She's really good at those shorts. That might be somebody you might want to connect with. But wow, this is so amazing. This is so encompassing. I think you thought of just about everything. Yeah, it's well done, Louise. Kimberly,
That was just awesome. I mean, I'm so excited. I can't even stand it. It's definitely been part of what we've been talking about on Michigan, that we need a station and we need public announcements and we need all of this. So I'm just so impressed. I can't wait to jump in and help where I can, and just bravo, well done. And there's no chance this won't be a success. So thank you for bringing it so concisely, so well laid out. And yeah, you're our girl. I'm telling you, you did a great job. Thank you. I yield.
You're welcome. What did people think about the name? The first part is picking a name for the URL for the website. I thought of I started with the Federation of States.tv, but I thought, no, that's the Federation. I'm trying to get back deeper to where our organic standing is, which is the union, the people with a small letter P. So that made me think of the 1776 Union.tv. Then earlier today, I thought, well, maybe just the Union of States.tv. I thought the United States.tv, but that was $10,000, so we're not doing that. So an idea about what we would like to call it.
yeah, I'm at a stump here too. the 1776 Union States. I mean, is that too long to use the whole thing? Or just the
thought it-
seven?
I thought that too. Now I asked the same question. Is that one too long?
Hmm. I do like how you added at the bottom, restored.
And
I
I
think-
didn't put it. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think that's important for people to know because they think that, we're just making this stuff up and,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't thought about, well, is the 1776 Union restored too long? Yeah, that's too long. We should just put it on the website. We can think about that later.
May I?
Yes.
I was just looking and sort of creating, just as an idea, the 1776 unity. Just thought.
Mhm. Now, the idea for the URL is to, it's political at the same time. It's like when people see that URL, I want them to know that it's us. It's
Yeah.
the land, soil, government putting this out.
Louise, I just want to say that I think Roger on Wyoming said the American States Assemblies.tv. I don't know. Are you trying to go with something that people are going to recognize?
Yes, I'm trying to go with something people will recognize and that they will see in our documentation. They will see as we talk about ourselves, something to take them back historically too. That's why I use the word union, because everybody knows what union means.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think Cheryl had a question. Cheryl, you have a question?
I thought I had an idea, but I took it down. It's really not all that exciting. I yield. Yeah.
Cheryl, I did was interested in a WBAN documentary. What do you think about that?
Oh my gosh, will you please call me?
Yes. Okay.
Tammy, you have my number. Would you forward it to Louise, please? Or wait, let me put my email in the chat. Why would I give Tammy more work to do? I yield.
Okay. Now, as far as the print website, which is the blog, that's really a whole nother project. These are two different, very massive projects. Of course, we'll have to work together, but I would like to do the producing for the video part and like a whole nother different person to help me with the producing, with the print part, and a third person really to make that team not have to work so hard. So I'm really looking for at least two more producers to be on board with me to spearhead this project. So put that out there to y'all assemblies and let's see what comes up.
Sure. Louise, would you draft an email stating exactly what you're looking for, and then each of us could blast it out to our assemblies?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you send that to me, I'll include it with the recording, or with everybody on here. And I'm sure if there's the coordinators could probably help in that regard too.
Okay.
So I have a question about your time. So it seems like the postcard campaign seems like it could be ready to go as far as doing the mailings and then having people reach out to their state, or the postcard anyway is would be able to set the event and then and move forward with that. What are your thoughts with that? Like how do how do you see this rolling out? Because clearly this has got to roll out in stages, right? Because this is a lot and you're needing people to help. So are you looking to get it all done and then roll the whole thing out, or are you looking to do it in phases?
So phases, that's a good question. So my idea is to get the postcard campaign rolling. And that's dependent on Anna. Poor Anna. I feel so bad. But we're moving along. So the postcard campaign, I want to get that started and available for all assemblies as soon as possible. But that postcard campaign, I don't think will go off until Anna approves the detailed research section, which we're working on. Once we get that detailed research section approved, all assemblies can get on board to do the postcard campaign all the way up into the brochure, county tours, establishing that. That part is the first phase of that's actually phase 1 and phase 2. Get that started at the same time. The link for the 1776union.tv will not go live. I put it there so I can explain this idea. I'm going to take it off before we go start the postcard campaign.
Yeah.
But that part, time frame as far as that go, I would like to get it maybe within the next 6 months, start to launch that. I think that's enough time to pull in some information, get some people, whoever's ready to go, and then just have it keep on coming in from there.
So I have another question too about I guess with the Federation seal that's on all the postcards. I'm wondering if instead of using the Federation seal, if we would use our own state logos.
Well, that's good too, because I thought later on, every state is going to be the fiduciary of the Prosperity Bank account. Right now, the Federation of States is, as far as I understand it, they're holding all of that. So it's a question we can ask ourselves if we want to do that. That's the reason I got their trademark on there, is because they're holding the funds, and they're the ones who got the
inheritance.
birthright. Yeah, they the one got the birthright and took all the indemnity bonds and all of that. So all Americans are free. So that's why their logo is on that.
Gotcha. Yeah, I can't think of any more questions. Anybody have any more questions? No, that was just amazing. And how do you want people to just email you if they're looking to help?
Yes. So
Okay.
when in my email, I'll give that invitation that I sent to you that you'll send back out, and I'll just give them the invite there. So everybody will have it. Everybody will have it, and they can contact me. I'll put my information will be there.
Awesome. And now my other question is would you then want to continue doing brainstorming, like a separate meeting to help you with all of this? Or how are you planning to work that?
So I think it really depends on who is it that wants to help or wants to get involved. I think this is a great platform for it, but I don't know how much time we want to spend here doing it. Because I'm pretty sure everybody here wants to get involved, right? So
Oh yeah, absolutely.
so
Yeah.
Mhm.
We could definitely use this platform, and we could probably use the bulk of the time to do it, and then allow other people to, present their outreach as well. As
Mhm.
long as I know in advance, I'll just add it to the agenda and make time for it.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea. I think this would be a perfect place for it. And yes, I do need a platform for everybody to come together and we put our ideas together and put our next publication together of what's going to be going on the website.
Yeah, that sounds good. All right. Does anybody have anything else they want to ask Louise or
I'd like to
comments?
ask a couple of questions.
Yeah, go for it.
So who would own the website?
Well, right now I own it because I paid for it. But if you, like I said, my exit strategy is, so I want to give it to the union. We don't have a formal union yet. The union is the county level national soil jurisdiction.
I know what it is.
Yeah.
I'm just asking as far as ownership of the materials and the information, who would have access and ownership of the information of the states that would be putting their information into those folders or using that? Who would own that?
The people who created it would own it.
And is there some kind of agreement or somewhere or something that would protect the individual states and their information as to be putting it on there?
That's a good thing. We probably should write something up before submitting any information so we can have it in black and white. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And is Ohio Assembly aware of this?
I invited the outreach committee chairperson and the coordinator that I was told them that I was presenting this idea to the think tank. Early on, we invited them two. I did get an email back from the outreach person, said thank you. He hasn't been here though.
I think your coordinator was on our last meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, is it Jeffrey Jackson?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I believe he was on our last meeting.
Okay. I didn't hear him. He didn't say anything. Mm-hmm.
Well, I know you have the chairman that's ready to stand up the state of Ohio that has already passed 2 inspections going for seatment. So I just wonder if that had been discussed inside the assembly, because our assembly would discuss the information. Who houses it? Who holds it? Who controls it? Who has access to it? Does that make us vulnerable? What's the questions there? That's why we're not going to the document management server. There is no agreement and no protection.
Mm.
So why would anybody put their information out there that's going to make them vulnerable in some manner? I just want to ask a couple of questions. And I yield.
Those are fair questions. My idea with these websites, just so everybody can know, is that this is free information, just like the Federation website, free information. So if it's something that you copyrighted, just make sure you put copyright on it. But otherwise, it's for the public to learn and to get on board with changing their paradigms and their thinking about what a free sovereign is supposed to live like. So that's the idea with the information here. It was intended for free information for the public.
Cynthia, I guess my question to you is, do you have something specific when you say vulnerable? What are you foreseeing could happen?
I don't know foreseeing anything. I just question again, you cannot go to the document management server unless you sign a contract. Anna says this is wrong. So therefore that's that. As far as the TESA, the LRO, Mattermost, all of that is owned by Washington State. Washington State has no business in North Carolina. So therefore our information will not be there. So I don't know. There's security questions. There's information questions. Yeah, think tank's great. Yeah, it's great to share it. But then caution, caution. Make sure you sure step everything before you step out, because they might just use it against you.
Who's
Too
they? I
much-
guess I'm wondering.
The de facto. I don't know. There's a whole lot of infiltration. There's a whole lot of people out there. There's a whole lot of people that would like to see us end. If you called Anna's Monday night, the 11 to 11:30 North Carolina time was devastational. So where are we going? That's my question. And I yield. No argument. No, nothing to throw at anybody. Just questions that I'm thinking in my head that we've already put the brakes on. We're not going with the other stuff and putting information out there. Now we're close to seatment, well, not seatment, but we're close to inspection as well. So we're just about to cross those finish lines as we get some states up, and they're up. First one over the fence, here we come. And that looks like it's going to be Ohio. So, I mean, they've done their first inspection with Joe Hayes. They've done their inspection with Harold Hines. Now they've got the third inspection at the end of their elections for seatment. So, just a question, just thinking through the process. I yield.
I think we have Kimberly next.
Thank you, Cynthia. I think you're dead on with all the questions. In the recent changes here on Michigan, that is some of what we're heavily discussing. I don't think I'm in breach for saying so, but in trying to establish how do we create this all for the people, and that nothing could potentially railroad that. So in trying to keep continuity of government for the service and protection of the people, you know, how do we make sure that we don't lose our assembly bank account? How do we make sure that we don't lose our website? How do we make sure that we don't lose these things? And, you know, even talking about things with regard to donations and copyright and intellectual properties, and basically, you know, committing to that anything that you do in this is going to roll over into, in our case, the body public. And so we're really doing a lot of dialoguing on that right now. And I'm sure that our state coordinator would be happy to share, and if I am given permission as we move forward. But some of that was genuinely even just at the onset and making presentation, potentially just offering, you know, if it's a form document that literally surrenders the copyrights immediately right then and there, or the ownerships right then and there to the body public until whatever the structure needs to be named, that would be the continuity of it, keeps going in the event of, you know, a change of administration. So, you know, it's nice to say these things up front, but again, if you put your autograph on that and say, I relinquish my rights and here it is to the people, that I think is something that we're looking at trying to do preemptively as opposed to at the back end of things. So that may be something to consider with some of this. Or if we don't have those things yet, like Louise was saying, is, you know, it's intended to go here, but it's not here yet. And so just sort of that signing off on that. You know, if somebody wants to hold their copyright on something, you know, I certainly respect that. I've had copyrights and other things, but there's a certain point that you're just going to commit this and, you know, just commit it up front if you're going to do that. And I feel that's an honor. So with that, I thank you and I yield, but they are very, very important questions, and we don't know how these things could be used against us. So thank you.
Yeah, we did have that issue there on Ohio with copyright, people who gave their information and we thought they gave it, but later on when they left, they wanted the information back, you know, that type of thing. So, like, I know I paid for everything because I'm just ready to go and I'm going to get it done. But I don't want to own this. That wasn't my idea but at the beginning, but I think Cynthia's right. Things should be in writing. So, well, at least that. Put it in writing so you know up front, this is a free platform. If you want to copyright something, you have to put it in writing before you give it up. You know, that type of thing.
Or transfer copyright, just actually relinquish copyright. So either claim it yourself or relinquish it.
And in addition to that, if they're transferring, well, how do all of you protect yourselves from me, who owns the website? We need to have something in writing for that. Because, I'll put it in writing about what I just said. This is not my website. This is for the 50 assemblies, but I don't know who that is that would get that, because it's in limbo right now.
Is there any way that there's a litigation team up at Anna's level that we could actually ask for some supervision on how we might be able to start to do some of this? I don't know if anyone knows that. I certainly don't, but maybe there's help that we could ask for on that level. Thank you. I yield.
Well, I can definitely ask. I don't know either.
I mean, would you relinquish the rights just to Anna, since Anna is the federation?
Cynthia?
So Anna is technically challenged. Anna is smart in her head, but getting a computer up, Shannon has to do it. Harold has to do it. We have Tuesday podcast. She has somebody else doing it because she can't do it. Now I've stepped back. Lisa has now taken the forward, and she will now do the podcast with Anna every Tuesday, bringing in the 4 pillars and the courts. Okay. Anna's technically challenged. So is she going to give it to Terry some? The states are not going.
Mm-hmm.
They've got everything else. We're creating our own LRO. We're done with this. Who owns our information? Who owns us? We've been slaves long enough.
Mm-hmm.
It's good information. It's fiery. It's ready. It's hot. But caution, caution, caution. Again, North Carolina's not going. So just the thought. Like I said, we're independent. We're not looking for someone to control us. We're tired of the LRO being down constantly. You can't change anything. If you touch something, there's always a fight between the coordinator that's just left, the coordinator that's coming in, the whoever. And then there's these games being played. So the vetting team was in, now the vetting team is out. So now the Continental Marshals don't do vetting. Now the vetting has been left to the states. Okay. So everything starts off good. So did Matter Most. It started off really great. Mm-hmm. But then a few ruined it for everybody. So now we go to the document management server. We had the TAC team. We had the ad hoc. The ad hoc created a set of rules if you didn't sign on to it. Well, I fought them tooth and nail. And then the ad hoc, because of Anna, she destroyed it. She said, no, be done with that. And then the rules were brought in for the document management server. So all 50 states will bow down to get to that information. And that my state won't do. There's been enough of that. We're not interested. So which state, who, what is it? Who's going to hold it? And then when you're the LRS, that was took down, same problem as the Matter Most. Okay, great. Now what? Mm-hmm. What's the next problem? We're just in the beginning stages of this. So as you form your states, your government, your assemblies, you stand up, you get seatment, then you move to your postal area courts, then you go to the Continental Congress. We're a long way away. Our state's running about 80, 85 per assembly meeting. We have a tremendous amount. We've got 5 new committees just added. We don't have but I think 1 left that needs some help. Then once we get to there, we're moving on, but we're not looking for any more hostage situations. The LRS, everybody that was on there, poof, information's gone. Now what? I yield.
Cheryl, you have your hand up. Go ahead, Cheryl.
Yeah, I got a lot of little things I want to touch on here. What I see Louise creating is an open source platform for education. She's inviting all the states to participate, but nobody's required to do so. And if you did choose to post something on there, then you would do so knowing that it's open source. So I don't think there needs to be, you know, it's just free will choice of whoever wants to participate and post information there. Perhaps Louise has said she wanted to or was willing to sort of host it for 3 years, and then she would very much like to hand it off. So my suggestion would be, with Louise as the chair, create an oversight committee for this particular endeavor, so that it's not just Louise fielding these sort of issues. Virginia uses an affirmation of honor. We don't have membership agreements, but we have people who, it's called a voluntary affirmation of honor. I could easily modify that for use here, or something similar. So it's not a membership and it's not any kind of limitation. It just means you are stating, you are declaring that you will stand in honor and integrity and in a space of love, which is what Louise is doing. Louise, I can't even believe, I'm gonna have to dig in. I just got back into town a couple hours ago. I can't wait to dig in here, and I very much would like to reach out to you very soon. And then, yeah, just not putting sensitive documents on it. We're putting stuff on there to educate people. This shouldn't be secretive and fear. We shouldn't be fearing what we're putting out there. So our governance is transparent. We don't do secrecy on Virginia. Everything we're creating is on our website, and we openly share it with all of you, and we hope that you find something useful there. So that's the spirit with which we're operating on Virginia, and we're trying to stay out of fear as much as we can. And with that, I yield.
Thanks, Cheryl. So, Louise, do you have anything else that you'd like to say before we move on?
No, I'll just send that email out.
Yeah, Cynthia.
Seeing so we're not talking about Ohio, is this not international jurisdiction? I yield.
No, Cynthia, this is actually just a think tank. So we're just coming together at our free will and sharing information. All right, so I'm going to move on. I have one thing that I'd like to share with you guys, and then we can open it up for any Q&A. All right. So let's see. All right. Sorry, give me just a second here. Why is that? Okay, let's see if I got this. Oh, wait. Hold on a second, guys. Sorry, I'm trying to get the right screen up. Okay, can you guys see this? Okay, so this was a billboard that we created with our assembly. We've got a new logo that we put up there. This was a slogan that was taken off of Anna's blog, actually. And this whole thing was on her blog. I created this QR code, and this QR code, once they scan it, will take them to a YouTube video that was, it's actually a video that's on TASA. Do you guys know the one that's all the handwritten ones with the words? Do you know what I'm talking about? I could share that with you guys if you want. It's like a 7-minute video. Let's see here. see, I'll pull this up instead. Okay, right here. You guys see this? You see the YouTube? Yeah, okay.
There's no sound.
Oh, there's no sound. Can you guys hear it now? No sound? All right, well, this is are you guys familiar with this video? No,
Yes.
you're not.
Yes, yes.
Okay, well, this video is up on the TASA website. We took it, and I'm just going to fast forward it just for time purposes, because you guys can view it on the TASA website. But I just added this at the end. And that's it. That takes them right to our website.
Nice. I like that.
So, and that it takes them to our contact page as well. So that's a billboard that we're getting ready to put out. I still have some, you know, I think I've got some misspellings and stuff in there, but that's the gist of it anyway. Trying to get people to our website and just trying to give them more information. I really like that video that was on the TASA website. I think it's done up well. So we just decided to use that. So anyway, anybody have questions on that and or comments? And then I'm going to just open it up, you know, for random questions or talks, and then we can sum up our meeting. Anybody have something? I think, oh, there was somebody on here that wanted to share their idea. I think he left. It was Roger. I think Roger left. Anybody else? All right. Well, Louise, I'm going to add you back to our agenda for next time, and we can continue, you know, working out maybe some details. You could pick something specific that maybe that you want to work on. And then I also, Kimberly, I have you down for something that you said you wanted to present, or do you think you want to wait for that?
If I could have just a few minutes, we're sort of scrambling right now. We're kind of 2 weeks on our feet, and I'm sort of needed at home, but I have a couple things that I would like to get together, and I can give you an update next week on when I would be ready to. Is this a weekly meeting? Actually, I should ask that.
No, it's actually, we do this once a month.
Oh, okay. Well, if I can then ask, yeah, I will update you then next month, or I can be in touch with you and let you know my progress. As I said, there's so many things that are being pulled on me right at this very moment. I would love to present this, but as I said, I didn't know quite what I was walking into. I got this last night, and so I'm just sort of scurrying to try and get myself. So if I could ask for at least one more round, I would be happy to get it to you in the following.
All right. So not for the June, but maybe for July.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
That would be fine. And if I can get anything ready sooner than that, I'll contact you and for agenda prior to, and see if there's still room. So if I can get my act together, I will come earlier, but for
Yeah,
sure.
no worries. You guys are, you know, like you said, just getting on your feet. So, but it sounds like you're coming together strong. So
We are get ready. Here we are. So thank you all. I appreciate being here tonight, and really good job, Louise. Excellent work.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you all for your input and for being here. And I will, Luis, I'm going to wait to get your email because I'm going to put it all together with the link for this meeting. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Awesome. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good night. And oh, wait, let's, I think we'll do our next meeting. How is June 12th? June 5th. How does June 5th sound for you guys? That'll give us
So-
4 weeks. June 5th.
I guess that's good.
All right, we'll do it. Okay,
Okay.
mark your calendars and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for being here.
Thank
Good
you.
night, everyone.
Good night. Thank you.
Blessings and well.
Thanks. Good night, everybody. Thanks, Kim.
Good night.